once your strats have been solved there. Monte unable to do that, will lose their pick. Ancient it is then, they'll have to do things the hard way. Monte on the CT side, Julies are out as per usual. Almost part of the default on CT pistol rounds these days. Krasnal having a look, the spam is here, completely blind bro to finish off the job. Perfecto's in the red, but the bomb site's been taken in the meantime. He can entertain, he can get the fine China out for bro. Keep him stuck in position. Hobbit will come in for some help as well. Definitely want to work together to take down bro. That's exactly what will happen. Shiro now on the bomb site looking for Demka. 1v3. Great dome from Shiro. Cloud9 on the board immediately.
Shiro's strength often comes when you put him in those post plants. He is so good at making sure he finds the right angles. So reliable in those positions. And that's a triple from Shiro on the pistol. They just got those kills onto the site nice and quick. Even though bro was in behind, they never panicked. They're able to deal with him. And then this is where Shiro does his best work. That second shot so quick. Electronic bringing the hype. That's something we heard the desk talking about. He's bringing the energy to this team, keeping everyone accountable.
Yeah, you can see just by his body language, he is telling his team, even without the words, that they are in a driving seat. Maybe they've done the hard parts already in that upset on Anubis, as far as I'm concerned at least. Now if they focus on what they came to Ancient to do, for them it may be a formality. Monte have won rounds and games in high stress situations though.
Always watching out for bro in these rounds. He's had a few on these 4 spies where he just delivers a multi-kill that turns the round in Monte's favor.
Minutes on the clock. Nothing crazy coming from Monte, but Krasnal and bro are heading towards that ramp. The ramp is being respected for the time being. 50 seconds on the clock. They won't be able to do much with Perfecto in such a tight position. They'll be forced to fall back. That's information. Cloud9 know that will be 3 players over towards that B bomb site. A flasher and 2 swinging. Smoking donut for the time being, however. 29 seconds, and that's now nervous territory. Waro and Demka are in isolation though. Cloud9 confidently creeping onto the bomb site. Scout trying to do what it can, but I think the best chances have come and gone already. No rotation from the remainder of Monte on B. Cloud9 look good for 2.
Really glad we're seeing Electronic do a good amount of entrying on this Cloud9 roster. I think that was kind of necessary. And you can see that his aim is pretty well suited to it. He gets pretty quick flicks. Obviously, there's been a great entry in the past. For Monte, just not getting the right read in this round. Cloud9, even though they run the clock down, they've got such an advantage there moving into that A-bomb site. Convincing start for Cloud9.
It's a roaring start for Cloud9. Just 2 fragged for Monte in these few rounds we've seen so far. Of course, they'll have something to do some work with in the next one. But again, it'll be big pressure once their buy round comes through. Because unless they get a few frags here, Cloud9 are going to be swimming in cash.
You can really see that almost like Twitch aim style. I really like it when you have an entry like that, because you oftentimes aren't going to be looking at the right angle. Got to adjust quickly. Electronic still very consistent. We've got nades for Monte. Perhaps a stack into mid. That could work. Look at Cloud9 here. They're moving into mid.
Oh, they've got no guns in their hands! How often do you see that? They'll get a kill then. They won't be retrieving a weapon though, I don't believe.
Yeah, Cloud9 cleaning up now.
Electronics have been a great weapon disposal service. Littering Chichen Itza, but we can forgive him in this instance.
I mean, listen, Monte is still trying to make something of this round by stacking the A-bomb site. Don't count them out entirely here. Oh, hang on. Maybe we can count them out now. That's a shame, isn't it?
Well, they could save some money on Kevlar if they're allowed to do so. Some extra grenades for the first buy round.
I like that. Find the positives, James.
Yeah, there are no slouches on Ancient whatsoever. Monte, 78% with 9 maps played.
4-5 in a row.
Times. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Not bad. They beat Furia 16-7 on this map in the play-in. So definitely a map that Monte can go into and say, hey, we've still got a chance in this one. I think the desk made a really good point that maybe there was a bit of lack of experience shining through there for Monte towards the end of that first map. It almost felt like one of those maps where Monte probably should have got the win, but you're going up against a more experienced team who just find a way to drag you into it. And once Cloud9 started getting the reads, Monte didn't really adapt in the way they needed to. And that can be really hard to do, right? Like, you can come in with a great game plan, but adapting mid-game, that's normally way, way harder.
Yeah, that often comes with experience. When all your stuff has been solved, A, can you detect that? And B, can you adapt in an effective fashion? Wasn't the case for Monte on this occasion.
We got the first gun round. AWP out for Waro, but he's stuck behind a smoke right now. And this mid-control looks good for Cloud9. Solid protocols, smokes up, a couple of flashes. That will open up their options in this round.
Monte choosing not to engage too heavily in that mid position, not wanting to lose a man early. Limited util for the CT squad. You can see Krasnal moving back into the B bomb site to chill with Bro.
Monte just got a bit of info back on mid. SDY got flashed in. I like Bro here, jiggling with this incendiary. If they were to come B, he could buy time for the rotate. There's still plenty of time for Cloud9, though. Just under a minute remaining. But Waro's got himself posted up with that AWP on mid, so those rotations won't be easy for Cloud9. They might be forced into this B site.
Yeah, even if Waro rotates, actually, he's making his way over in good time. 44 seconds on the clock. We've got 5 players for Cloud9 moving through. Krasnal gives them the first frag, and the numbers game is here to trade. Bro is dropped. Waro has an angle, though. He sees the barrel of the gun. Does Buster give him the peek? Great HE. Forces him from the angle. Doesn't even do it with a flashbang. Monte will be outmaneuvered on that B bomb site. They're going to have to work harder to get their first round. Just slowly forced away. Krasnal gave them a big kill on that B bomb site, though. Just trying to swing past that smoke grenade in a wide open choke point. They hadn't had control of that area for a while, and it cost them.
Yeah, it's tough. It almost looked like there was just like a little hesitation in Krasnal moving forwards. And I feel like that's what kind of costed him there. Always got to be aware of whether, as a team, you are trying to play retake or whether you are trying to fight through those smokes. But credit to Cloud9. The utility was solid. I really love the nade and molly onto Waro as well that you pointed out. I think the molly went slightly too far, but Waro got forced back by the nade towards a molly. But yeah, I think Krasnal there, he's just wanting to help his teammate Bro. But does not work out that way. And smiles on their faces for Cloud9.
Yeah, those smiles, Tommy, they do not feel challenged just yet. Just edging forward towards the bomb site. Monte haven't had a taste of control in any of these rounds, it feels like, that we've seen so far.
I mean, 4 rounds in, they've got 4 kills total on the Monte side. That says it all.
That's really bad, again, because that just compounds the problems. Even if you're losing the rounds, if you keep the rounds expensive, then you've got a better chance of putting Cloud9 on eco, where you should be able to build some momentum. We saw what happened on Ancient. And that was supposed to be the start of closing, sorry, on Anubis, when that was supposed to be the start of closing things out. But again, Cloud9 have got buys for days at present. Some Young delivering Demka's off, but Shiro doesn't have the angle to go for this. Will be walking into a double peek as well. Now Waro starting to warm up in round 5. Shiro and Perfecto remain. Bomb drop, no one's in donut to hear it. Shiro knows he needs to try and force Waro off that angle. Doesn't flash him for long enough, though. 40 seconds on the clock. Waro need not peek for info. Reasonable spots for Monte. They will have concerns towards mid, but don't seem too worried about that. Actually, Sun Da-young's got that covered. If he's jiggling the right angle, 25 seconds. I think they might be hiding in plain sight here, Cloud9. No need to throw the good money after the bads. Monte have no business chasing with their current situation. Clinging on for their first round.
Yeah, that was a nice setup from Monte. Careful, Krasnow. Nearly got caught by Perfecto, but he's fine. Nice setup there from Monte. They just got so much map control. They had the 2 players established on mid, and they also had pushed through B in its entirety. So they had 3 players looking down into that choke point in mid. They had the 2 players that had taken the mid control initially, and they even had Krasnow up top. And that just made it impossible for Cloud9 to really have success on those trades in the mid position. So Cloud9 there, not able to hold on to the map control early in that round. The CT aggression pays off. I think in this one, Cloud9 do want to compete for the map control early. And Monte seem like they just have to concede this mid area of the map. Ooh, not without damage though, and a kill from Demka.
Great timing, but also gives them a clue that red room is likely compromised. They have to assume it is. Oh, that's brazen from Cloud9. Just shift walking through a smoke. Big pop flash. And they don't pull the trigger. This is going to be a catastrophic situation for Monte if Perfecto gets this kill. He absolutely does. Pre-firing Bro as well before he rounds that corner. Still a 3-on-3 though. And again, Hobbit around that red room position. Could cut off Demka's rotation. Ooh. Big nades on the bomb site. Still needs to get planted. What a great boost though. Oh, Hobbit, he had to land that one. We've got frags all over the map for Monte. Looks like their backs were to the wall. Buster's not done yet, though. Now he is. Sun Da-young comes through with the trade frag. Charging in, Cloud9 looked good on that B bomb site. But Monte will deny them. That entry, that peek into Red Room, dropping Hobbit, so important for Monte.
Yeah, Cloud9's entries onto B have been very good so far this map. But fair play to Monte for still holding on in the round. I think especially, you pointed out, the fact that they are ready for Hobbit there was huge. Because Monte were kind of getting outmaneuvered on the previous map. So the fact they're ready for that one, a really good sign there for Monte. That boost was creative from Cloud9, but difficult to get anything from it. Still a buy for them in this round. See Monte pretty happy to give up this mid control in the majority of rounds.
It's so aggressive for Cloud9. Like, it would be a war of attrition if Monte tried to fight against this. The way Cloud9 are coming through from the side of B as well. Very, very oppressive in mid. That early control is clearly a priority for Cloud9. Gives them so much space on the map. Again, Monte just have to leave Red Room open time and time again.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Cloud9 be willing to run down that clock, play between the bomb sites. And that's a really good sign considering how new this roster is and that they're playing with a stand-in. That normally requires a bit of time to build up and good chemistry when you are running the clock down low. This time, Waro's AWP is on the right side of the map. Previously, these B entries have been onto Krasnow and Bro holding the site, but will Cloud9 be able to handle an AWP defending this bomb site? That's an entirely different question. Oh, Waro, hang on. He might be too far back now as this execute comes in.
Monte having to guess. Sun Da-young's the only guy with flashbangs, and he's going back into the A bomb site. Can he find an angle to support his teammates before it's too late? 25 seconds, and they've barely seen anything, Monte, just yet. Cloud9 moving with 2. Such a slow pace from them. But it's working so far. Again, they will overcome this B bomb site, but Krasnow can hold his map control for the time being. Does that molly go deep enough? 10 seconds, and Hobbit won't be stopped. 3-on-4 then. Shiro drops the sniper. Monte take the advantage again. Hobbit is getting drilled through the wall, leaving Perfecto with 3 to find. No more util, just about the headshots there, and Demko will get the last one. Monte will stand with 3 at the end of the round. God, he's got to be so nervous for them. Just guessing which bomb site to stack. Someone's going to play CT and hold that red rune. But this time, Monte survive.
Big smile on the face of Demka there because Monte have now won 3 in a row. And honestly, I feel like they got maybe a little fortunate in this round because, again, the bomb site was pretty easily taken. Bro was kind of alone fighting for the site, which you never really want to see. But Electronic just overlooked that angle. And that cave control really made a nice bit of difference there for Monte. Allowed them to set up that retake more easily.
Second AWP collected at the end of the round for Monte. Different approach for them then. Demka's in a forward position with a sniper on the A-bomb site. Again, mid will be abandoned by Monte. They don't want to lose players early there. And Cloud9 are not giving them much choice anyway.
Haven't seen much of this A site so far, but it looks like Cloud9 is settled in this round.
So it's SDY posted up with the AWP in the back. Demka up close, the rifle support. Electronic dropped in donut. Which way do they look? Demka's got to figure it out. He's playing by the smoke, but Perfecto might see him trying to dodge these bullets. So much spray there. He's still standing there, but in the meantime, where is Hobbit off to? They haven't fully committed to this bomb, so they can still fall back and rotate if Hobbit can get working. He's got one. How long can he live for? Variance in the smoke. Demka's somehow still alive. 4v2, standing by the spray in that smoke for so long. Buster and Shiro remain. 7 HP for Shiro. Make it none. Bomb exposed. If Buster could, if Hobbit could have stayed alive for longer there, may have opened up some additional options for Cloud9. Even only getting 1 kill in this situation still looks dangerous for Monte for the rounds to come. But again, the scenarios towards the end of the round are looking more solid for them. Krasnal making plenty of noise. 4-4. Feels like things might be changing for Monte in this half of Ancients.
Yeah, we were worried when they got off to that slow start. You heard the desk talk about whether Monte would be able to compete in a game where they don't get off to that good start, whether they would struggle, but they've come right back into this one. And this was a great time to have that second AWP over on this side of the map. SDY definitely helping out. Got a little hectic when Hobbit got all the way in. He got so deep towards the site. But the timing was just a little off for Hobbit. A little unfortunate there. I think if he got better timing, he might have got that kill for free. And then that round could have gone a different way entirely. But instead, once he got the kill, he was chunked down low. He was quickly disposed of. And so Cloud9 take their first time out here ahead of a round where they won't have a perfect buy. Should be pistols and nades.
Yeah, Hobbit was trying to make a round-seizing play on that bomb site. Just shows the potential danger of Cloud9. Their executes have been so terrifying to watch on these bomb sites, win or lose. Very, very difficult to deal with. But Monte have dealt with enough to put Cloud9 on these pistols for the time being. Still a dangerous round, though. Many Tech 9 rounds have been won here in Cologne thus far.
Oh, Hobbit was so ready for that CT flash. He's looking at the floor. As soon as he hears it, he looks back up and takes a free AK. Meanwhile, Bro goes aggressive into the pistol players. He is so screwed here. Shiro finds the trade. A man advantage for Cloud9. Question is, do they pump the brakes? Because Warrow's here on the rotate, and he'll bring it back to even numbers briefly. Krasnal even puts them in the ascendancy.
Urgency is absolutely rising for Monte, and they're holding on for the time being. Krasnal's got to be careful, though. Flashes are coming, and so are the T's. They're both here. Warrow has the angle. The bomb still needs to be collected, and Shiro will dome him and pick up his favorite weapon. That leaves SDY in trouble. They have Kevlar, but even that P250 could be enough. Just needs the headshots, and there's one of them. Switching out to the M4, things looking even better. If he could find Perfecto, but it's headshots galore from Cloud9.
What a round from Shiro. 3 kills from him, and even though he loses out to the P250, it's an absolute steal of a round from Cloud9. And even Perfecto at the end there. That is how you play that clutch when you're low on health. You stand in the least expected position, one that isn't going to be pre-aimed. But look at these shots from Shiro. The D goes nuclear onto the B-bomb site. And that's the sort of round we saw Monte lose on the previous map and struggle to come back from. They've got to keep their heads screwed on here.
Cloud9 out here like bears, charging on Monte. They're angry. Getting more aggressive now. Standing in the area, which has been part of Cloud9's default in so many of these T rounds, essentially, surrounding that mid position. Monte are turning up the heat now. They'll force them away for the time being. Shiro, 1 HP. Hobbit, 9. But 10 men are standing. Bro and some Young have taken some bullets as well. We see a pilgrimage towards the A-bomb site for Cloud9, where Monte are essentially playing retake with the aggressive angles they've got everywhere else.
Yeah, it's even SDY on 16 health, so he's playing really far back in this tight angle, and he's just hoping that a stray shot doesn't land towards him. Look at the awareness here from Cloud9. They just heard that flash. Do they still commit to the A-bomb site? 'Cause they might realize Monte are rotating players from mid, but Cloud9 still want to commit to this. They think their utility is good enough. That spam, now Buster down low. How is no one dead yet? They're going for the bomb plant, still everyone alive, but finally frags hit the server. 4v4, SDY doing even more work. And that's going to be Electronic giving his team the advantage. He'll tuck back because he's the only man with health for Cloud9.
Oh, there comes the incendiary. Warrior had all the utility on the B bomb site, but it won't connect. No one can get near that util.
Hobbit's
Smoke might be up soon. Yeah, Hobbit's got the angles indeed. Demka's just fallen back too far, and Warro will be too far away. Doesn't connect, and he'll have to escape. Monte getting aggressive at the beginning of the round, but still can't put it together to the end.
Hobbit would love to run this down, but I don't think he's going to clear the right side, or is he? Nope, doesn't move in time. Either way, Cloud9 still pretty happy with how things have gone in the last couple of rounds. They've won the last 2. God, this got so chaotic. I think the main thing is that Cloud9 got that bomb planted, because sometimes on that A site, you see those spams through the smoke, the bomb plant gets denied, and the round goes into disarray. The mood for Cloud9 looks so positive. I'm really enjoying seeing that. I feel like so often in the past, we'd see Cloud9 look stressed, look uncomfortable. Feels like Cloud9 bringing in Electronic and Perfecto has just reinvigorated the players on this team. They look like they're enjoying their Counter-Strike again.
Yeah, but if you look at the way they figured things out on the prior map and then punished it as well, that's got to fill you with confidence, especially when you've got 4 of your 5-man squad here and a cameo appearance from Buster. So good that you can figure stuff out like that. And that will certainly spur them on. Monte definitely feeling the pressure, but understanding the urgency as well. Cloud9 have been able to do whatever they want as far as mid has been concerned, round after round. Monte tried to answer that last round. Lots of skirmishes, but ultimately came away with almost nothing. Just that AWP in the hands of Warro for round 11. Warro doesn't want to have to mess around with util on this round. He's the man who's got to deliver when Cloud9 come knocking. 3 players for the T's around the bomb site. That's a great smoke. So good that he gave that to his teammate. Can still be posted up. 2-man swing onto Perfecto.
Does that bait them in?
Did they see the bomb behind him?
42 seconds. Cloud9 need to make sure time doesn't become a factor in this round, considering how much of an edge they have.
Are they going to wait for Buster to go into A?
Yeah, I feel like they're figuring this out. This is bold again. Like, if you got this read wrong, you could be in an awkward position, but clearly they have a good read on what Monte are doing right now.
And they'll leave Perfecto as well. Hungry for frags outside B. Great surroundings on what remains of Monte. He will hope to save the AWP. Sending out the probes now to get that information.
This might be hard to save, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like Cloud9 know exactly where Monte are, and they're just playing with their food right now. Okay, they're sending in Perfecto up top. He's low.
Oh dear.
Now they know.
Woro's feeling the pressure. 4 kills in a round for Perfecto. He loves farming in a round such as that. But again, great spatial awareness for Cloud9. Gave loads of sound cues to keep Monte entertained on that B-bomb site. Dangling the toy in front of the cat.
Well, there is still the AWP available. SDY had enough money to drop that over to Woro, but it's costing some utility. In fact, look at the lack of incendiaries for Monte. That's a pretty big deal on Ancient. You need those sometimes to try and compete for those early choke points. That smoke is so risky. SDY, they're going to be ready for him. Decides to drop back, and I don't blame him.
They know the exact shenanigans. Escapes just before that pre-fire comes through. And again, aggression from Monte. Demka deep on long A. Monte have to be itching to get a 5-on-4. But there's only so much they can do.
You can see it's just so procedural from Cloud9 on these mid takes every time. Especially when there's no incendiaries to deny them, they're going to get that. Now the question is, can they clear SDY's angle? Pretty common one. He tucks into the corner, though. They don't fully clear it. They don't find the trade either. Monte stepping up in this round, up to a 5-on-2. SDY finally forced back. He will be burned alive. But still a lot to do for Shiro and Perfecto to win this. And again, these are the 2 players I'd want in the clutch. I still give them a chance.
Demka dropped the push on long as well. They understood it was a split. 30 seconds are still dangerous, though. Doesn't matter who are remaining on this Cloud9 squad. That's the bomb dropped. Now, what does Shiro want to do with this AWP? He's got to figure there's 2 on each bomb site, so he's likely in a 1 versus 1 if he goes fast enough, but there are so many angles to cover. Oh my God! Shiro, how can you quickscope that fast? He could rob this one down to the 1v2 for the ace.
Shiro has 2 bullets. He has to hit both.
Where has he gone? Is he going all the way around? No one touching the bomb just yet. They don't have a kit, but he's pretty far away. They're holding the defuse. Demka, oh, he's just disappeared. No. They've heard the scope. Man, that would have been one for the ages, but he's got to slip away. Is there any frag that he can't reach?
That was crazy. Give me a replay. That reaction. I mean, yeah, just pure, like, pure panic, I feel like. Ooh.
Man, he's just letting you know. He's got the nukes. That's just crazy. It's so casual from that position.
Yeah,
who's that in the background?
Who's that guy?
Full buy for both squads then. Round 13. Bro with the French gun. Light on util. God, such a struggle for Monte. But I do say they are a gritty team. They can solve rounds such as this, and that's a great start for Woro. Finally something in mid. Been so rare for them to even see mid, let alone get a frag there. And only 5v4 for Monte, what they've been waiting for a long time in this half.
That could be a real big boost for them. And they're just about able to hold on to it. Krasnal will survive on a slither of health. Wonder if we see the guns exchanged. Seems like Krasnal sticking with the M4 for the time being. And look at this call from Monte. They want to play retake on B. And maybe that's because they have this flank coming in through mid. The information, you might not expect them to make this play with the man advantage, but that's going to make this really awkward for Cloud9.
Yeah, they want to keep the numbers up. Let's see if they can solve that boost. Krasnal's up, spots one on the ramp. Get out of there before the spray comes in. Bomb planted, 5-on-3. Monte with 2 smokes, no flashes. Electronic, they could line up. They're laser focused, all on the wrong side of this box. Oh dear, Electronics down, but Shiro is here to trade. 2v4, Perfecto now in the choke point, dancing. Oh my god, they're making it happen. Shiro's down to the 1v1. Pistols for both. Looks to his right, but Krasnal will trade. There's such a small margin for these rounds. Hanging on by a thread for a 6th round, Monte.
Yeah, it just looked like it got a little too chaotic in the one-on-one. Shiro maybe not realizing just how close Krasnal was. Tries to turn away, tries to get to safety, but Krasnal, low on health, comes in with big impact. But my god, Shiro and Perfecto in the clutch is just so terrifying every time. I am so excited to see how that plays out going forward in this lineup. That synergy was incredible from them. Turning a 2v4 or 2v5 into a winnable position.
That's such a hard frag to get. If Shiro's looking the right way, he can pre-fire that all day. But Monte are somehow keeping the score close. It feels so oppressive. But they've got 6 rounds to the 7 of Cloud9. Again, you wonder about the depth when Monte goes to the T side, if we'll see a repeat of what we saw on Anubis. Cloud9 understanding the antics and solving them. How many buys have been ideal for Monte in this half? Always missing something, an M4, utility, kits. Can tick all those boxes for this one. MP9's coming through. Again, Cloud9 have presence in mid. No one in Donut, though.
We've seen a lot of this B site recently, but this time Monte have got the info. They've started to push through B. They realize it's the A play. SDY played this angle with an ult previously. This time it's Warrow's turn. Only a tag onto Shiro. He's still got rifle support on the site. In fact, another man has arrived. Hobbit would love to try and cause some chaos here. They've got the first entry.
Oh, but Electronics killed a lurker. He's still in mid. They're not committing to a rotation here. He's going to join his team in Donut. Feeling it was too risky. Cloud9 are kind of stuck in a stalemate for the time being. 18 seconds. Warrow cannot be put down. The cover for the bomb planter, though, is unbelievable. Electronic is everywhere. 1v2 for Bro. He's got the right tool for the job, considering the HP. Electronic is just covering so many angles. And it's down to Shiro to make it to 8. And you can see what that means to Cloud9 as well. All these rounds are 10s. I'm loving this Ancient.
It's also just ridiculous that Electronic gets away with that. He was flicking between so many angles there. Even in the 2v1, you see him turning around, so uncomfortable for him. Bringing the energy to this team. That's the first kill you were talking about.
Oh,
look at how snappy this man's aim is. Dude, if Electronic's going to play like this Cloud9 roster might be the most skilled roster in the world. Once they get Axile in the mix.
Might have to change his name to Hard to Kill.
My god. Shiro just casually on 16 kills. Just Shiro things. And Monte's buying the last round of the half. Not great. Looking good for Cloud9 to get a 9th here.
What a group. What a team. Who are not at full strength.
I'm so hyped for this lineup. So hyped. Honestly, fair play to Monte for even keeping this scoreline pretty close.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been grinding to get these rounds.
It's been so hard.
Full on grinding.
You have to be so focused to eke out 6 rounds in a half such as this.
Still a chance for 7 in theory. Not looking likely though, as SDY solo A gets one but gets traded, and now that A site is wide open.
Standard for Hobbit, traded by Bro, however, and the numbers are kept close.
Perfecto's still lurking, man. I don't think they're going to be ready for that.
Bomb has been planted.
Creeping up mid. No kit and high urgency. Okay then. All right then. Opting to switch up for the rifle. And there is a kit after all. Warrow swinging through. He's only got half the info there. Doesn't see both on the kill cam. Bro with the AWP. They don't need to peek him. He has to touch the bomb. That's half the job done. That bomb's ticking really quick though. Buster can surely wait about 3 seconds. Fully committing to this one, bro. That's going to be a ratty. I love how hard it is because they messed up on their own map and they have been under the cosh of Cloud9 in this first half. If they are to succeed here, it is going to be one of the hardest fights of their lives, it feels like. And that would be a great way to make your way through to one of the greatest places to play Counter-Strike that we have seen in the Lanxess. 3 rounds behind. They have worked so hard to get those 6. But that's simply not enough versus a Cloud9 squad who have good synergy. Electronic Dome losing some map control, and that's a lot more taken by force by Monte. Bro's got the range with the P250. More CTs on the way. Bomb getting planted now. Donut in control of Monte. Man advantage as well. Buster has a kit. But how do they find these angles? How do they find these kills? Big flash, but nothing doing just yet. Coming out onto the site. Bro has a look. Is dropped. 3-on-3. That smoke could come into action if they can find Krasnal. There would be problems for Monte. It would be advantage Cloud9, but he's still standing for the time being. Buster with a big swing, delivers, but traded. That's the kit lost, the smoke lost. The angles are with Monte now. Samdayang was committed. They'll collect the tools they need. The smoke probably goes forward enough. Is he going to find an angle for Perfecto? I don't think he is. The diffuse is coming through. He's going to find him, and he has. I think he's done the job. Shiro can do nothing now. The pistols with Monte.
What a line up there from Waro. Everyone goes up with the bomb at the end of the round. But it's not easy to line up that headshot through the smoke. And you see he knows the exact position he needs to be in. Starts spamming, making sure that he gets those shots to land. How about Bro, though? This P250 double entry is what gets them into a position where that bomb gets planted in the first place. That's what allows those donut players to have a good post-plant position. It still comes a little close for comfort, but it is the pistol round that Monte were looking for. They split the pistols. Now they've got to handle the force buy. It's a nice relaxing start to the round. Haven't had too many of those so far in this map.
No, we haven't. Again, let's not forget the focus on mid for Cloud9. They wanted to establish control from the start to the finish of each round. Now once the full buys come in from Cloud9, that'll be an interesting focus. Will they have the room to make more plays than Monte did? Gravitating towards the A bomb side, looks like, for Cloud9. If they commit their resources there, again, they can have a go again in the next round. 40 seconds for Monte, and with the disasters we've seen before, you do start to wonder. They've got strong angles to make their way into the B bomb site, but Cloud9 are doing the same, taking the fight to them. And it would just be damage onto SDY. Failure for Cloud9 so far. They may consider holding on to these weapons and resetting in the next round. Nice angle onto the bomb carrier, but there will be the time to plant. Surely they want to fall back Cloud9 and save these for the next round. Perfecto may be at the point of no return, however. But Bust is out of there, at the very least. So Monte have started well in this half, but the real tests are yet to come.
Yeah, good B take there from Monte, despite running into the stack. They deal with the aggression from Hobbit, and then the actual execute onto the site. Pretty solid with those 2 smokes. I like Demka just having a little look back at the bomb, just in case. We saw Cadian nearly get a ninja defuse earlier at the event. Could have got it if he didn't mess it up.
Most unfortunate.
It was.
For young Cadian.
Wow, Monte, for how much we've talked about Cloud9, have got themselves into a position where this game is still wide open on this map. Definitely want to give credit to SDY as well, because he was joint bottom of the board for Monte on that first map. Here on this one, 16 for 9. Wonder if that's having a big difference. The in-game leader of the team, having a good game. Maybe makes it easier to stay composed. We heard Coach LMBT talking about how SDY's got a nice, smooth, calming voice, which is helping some of the youngsters on this team. Here is that mid control for Monte. Still the chance for Cloud9 to pose a threat in this round, even if they only have a few upgraded weapons. Donut has been taken, but look at this timing. Oh boy, Waro gets one. The bomb was down on the ground, but there's not enough cover there for Shiro to really get too much done. So it looks like crisis has been averted here for Monte.
Well, let me see them plant the bomb first. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Looking to wrap on this B bomb site, surely. With Krasnol's position. Very, very careful indeed. No, heading towards the A bomb site. Not fancying that side of B, it seems. 33 seconds.
Oh, hello.
Are they seeing him? Buster? Is there a question on the radar? Well, they'll spot him now. Very calmly, SDY swings to that left-hand side. Bomb is planted. Monte playing their game, hitting their shots, tying the score. But now the second half test begins. But this has been a good start for them. You can see the happy faces. It was very stressful, that first half. But again, they did deliver to some degree. And now they must deliver to a greater one. Shiro moves into the CT side, picks up the orb 24/7. And now he's on CT. Rather you than me, Monte.
Yeah, I think in the first half of this series, Waro was maybe having a better game than Shiro, but ever since, Shiro has really taken over the battle of the snipers. It's not because Waro's been bad, it's just because Shiro's been brilliant.
Shiro gonna Shiro.
That's just what he does. Ooh, Cloud9 want this control back, and Hobbit's run into a second molly. That is so sneaky from Monte. Hobbit down to 19 health, not expecting another molly in that position. The nade comes close to finishing the job. In fact, Perfecto got chunked down to 32 health there. Pretty good damage early from Monte.
I'm loving this duel. They've barely seen each other. Some players are heavily tagged. Red Room challenges here. Hobbit's angle may make up for his 12 HP. Buster's been spotted. Bro looking for the headshots. Often delivers.
I love that Cloud9 have literally just left Shiro's orb on B. That's how much faith they had in him right now. Taking a risk in this round. He can put a smoke down and focus on one of the other angles. I think now he will finally get some assistance with 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, with Hobbit's position in Red Room, Perfecto can join Shiro. Practically no util left. Oh, he hasn't checked the corner, but he still gets the kill. That's huge. That's massive. 27 seconds. But he's falling back. CT's pulled towards Red Room, wondering. Heading towards Donut now. And Shiro's on the bomb side, doing his best work. Monte cannot deal with Shiro. 1v1. 12 seconds to plant that bomb, and you know that's not happening. Monte had the positions. They got the kill in Red Room, and Shiro is still all that was required.
Just took a little too much time. A little too much time taken.
Is that hesitation? Is that doubt?
I don't know.
They've got positions for the split. They can cut off the rotation.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it, because look, 20 seconds and Shiro, I mean, he's happy to just dance around this bomb site while they try and run him down. They didn't have the utility to deal with him. They couldn't trade him effectively. That is crazy.
I think after that kill in Red Room, the lurk was heading towards Donut. In that scenario, not that it really matters. Shiro on the bomb site is enough. They leave him there for a reason. No doubt for Cloud9. We said it was going to be hard for Monte.
Yeah, and now they don't want to overcomplicate this round. Just straight into the A site. Everyone knows what they're doing, and no one here on the site itself from Cloud9 to defend. They're playing in Donut.
They'll hear the footsteps for sure, though. They'll start to post up. They'll eat the flashbang in. Perfect timing. No, Monte want the frags, and they'll get them. And that's the round over. Instant. Cloud9 know there is nothing else to be done in this one. And the money's tight as well. Again, it doesn't matter how ugly it is, how hard the rounds are that you lose. If you can break their economy, if it has to be gritty, it has to be gritty. But this can still be done by Monte. the fashion in which Cloud9 win rounds, we saw it on the T side, their aggressive possession of mids that Monte couldn't really answer, how difficult it was for Monte to have a full buy on their CT side. Shiro standing alone on the B bomb site, but if you can just grind that money down and not mess up in an eco round, then maybe. there's a lot going on, a lot of hoops they've got to go through, and all those hoops are on fire.
Half expecting a timeout here from Cloud9. We'll see. Yeah, they take one. I think that's a round where Groove said in the previous map that he felt like Monte only really had two different things they were doing on T side. He didn't go into what he thought those were, but to me, it feels like Monte are either going for very early round executes or these very late round plays where they try and really run the clock down. And so I think he's maybe saying, listen guys, we do need to be ready for those early round execs. I think the lack of donut smoke is a really interesting decision there from Monte, because the majority of teams always throw that donut smoke on the A play, but you saw the CTs got kind of uncomfortable almost. Like they didn't know if they wanted to play back in donut or try and commit to the site. If there was an AWP in that donut angle, it would have been really awkward to deal with, but those riflers actually just get fragged so quickly that it kind of helps, because you don't get spammed through that smoke to deny the bomb plant. Those 2 kills win you the round, and now Cloud9 still with a buy. Let's see how they approach this round. Those 2 mollies used into mid suggest they want to fight for that area of the map. Meanwhile, Monte have only used the top mid smoke early. They haven't even smoked donut.
Look at their util. They've used 1 grenade.
Yeah, I think that tells you this is one of those slow rounds.
Yeah. Cloud9 have to wonder, though. They get mid for free.
Oh, hello.
Let's not forget how aggressive it was for C9 on the T side every round.
Fake.
Monte looking to show different looks. Demka. There's 4 smokes on the A bomb site. How can they see anything? It's like a wall of smoke out there, but Shiro is on B, which means B is closed.
And that's really awkward now for Monte. You used all your nades on that fake, you run into the AWP, and Hobbit hasn't moved a muscle either. I think if that smoke starts to fade, he'll tuck into the corner. Oh, the timing. I thought favored Hobbit, but SDY comes out on top.
He's seen the bomb. Perfecto's close enough in mid to collect that second player. He's going to do exactly that. Warrior won't catch him this time. Sees more info as well. A pre-fire from Perfecto. Oh, that's absolutely nasty from him. Demka, 19 HP. Bait comes through and Electronic finishes him off. What was that pre-fire? Dude shot him in the face through the wall. That was nasty work from Cloud9.
That was so close to the kill. That would have been crazy. But yeah, Cloud9 just don't budge. They don't fall for the fake out onto A. Shiro just stays in position with this AWP. And I feel like that's the big benefit you have if you're Cloud9. You can leave Shiro there.
I agree. I agree entirely with everything you're seeing in that body language. Man, the level of skill is exceptional. And Shiro is the final boss. I've decided.
There are very few players that put up stat lines like this from Shiro, where you've got the most kills and the least deaths. Like, how has he only died 7 times in this game?
Because it's final boss energy, that's why. He's sending them back to the start screen.
Hope Monte have been playing their Dark Souls then. They're going to have to try and dodge him when they can. All right, Monte, what's the answer? 1 round down. The previous fake failed for them. This time spread into a default.
Oh, traffic.
Hello.
Oh! All right, then. That's a great... It's just an instant trade from
so
Shiro.
quick.
Honestly, he's like the pre-nerf AWP.
We literally couldn't even catch those kills because they all just happened in like half a second. So quick on the headshot. Shiro immediately moves into position. And now Cloud9 have the man advantage. So they say, we don't need as much info. We can sit back. We're comfortable. Buster has been having a bit of a rough game on that A bomb site, but he has assistance close by, and now Cloud9 do make a mid-round move into mid. Does Buster discount Donut then? He's got to be ready for this. Perfecto's going to try and flank.
Boy.
Buster is watching, but he goes down.
They're going to plant for Perfecto. They're going to plant for Perfecto.
No way.
Oh, he takes out the board one and looks for the glasses as well. Doesn't quite get there, though. disengaging Perfecto. His mere presence is the problem. If Bro doesn't hear him rotating around, then that just takes him out of the contention entirely. Demka lost in the meantime, and then it's a 1 versus 3, but it is Bro, and we've seen him put in work before. He's got a very good angle. Shiro's on the way. Down he goes also. But where is Perfecto? It's been a huge rotation from him. 15 HP. Disengaging Bro now. The flash is here as well. Perfecto had to touch the bomb, but Bro peeks early. There he is.
Demka's arrived.
We've been waiting for that. Where have you been? That's the kind of energy that will spur on the team.
You know what the crazy thing is here? Buster had the kit. It gets dropped in that awkward position. And I think that's part of why Cloud9 go in a little too soon on this 1v3 retake. Those first two players did not wait for Perfecto to be able to peek from the other side. And maybe that was what cost them there. Fair play to Bro, though. I love that he moved forwards. I love that he said, listen, I need to do something to make this awkward, to try and catch Cloud9 just a little off guard. He does exactly that. And Cloud9 forced into another timeout. This map not proving as easy as they were hoping here. Monte are grinders, man. I love it.
They're in the dirt. They've got muddy faces. It's one of the reasons why I like watching this team, because they scrap. They scrap and squeak these rounds out.
I mean, they don't get many opportunities at these big events, and they know that every one they need to try and take. Monte making the most of this opportunity right now, and look at Cloud9's buy. Okay, yes, you have the AWP of Shiro. That's always scary. But quite a few weaknesses. Buster switching up his positioning. Aggressive on A. Also has Shiro on his side of the map this time. But Monte are just poking and prodding, remaining undecided, as we have seen from them pretty frequently. Do we get any mid-round maneuvers from Cloud9? As it stands, they seem pretty happy with their current setup. As the clock runs down, they might try and take some map control. That's Hobbit moving in to a more advanced angle. Did see Electronic not clear that corner previously. I don't know if Monte will make that same mistake if they move in here. Oh, now Buster makes the move.
This proactiveness from Cloud9, round after round.
Beautiful timing.
Could win them a 2-0. Because they're just doing this better. The problem is, Shiro's got most of the util to slow down the push, and he's on the other side of the map. So once he's going to charge in, without eyes on mid, Buster will be somewhat delayed, but here it comes. Hobbit traded immediately, but the MP9 is here, and so is Buster. The cavalry has made their way, and that bomb is dropped. I think that's going to be the deciding factor in these scenarios, is Cloud9's proactiveness. There's that moment where Monte are just setting up. There's like a 20-second window, and Cloud9 push into these moments and shut them down.
Man, the difference in reactions there. You can see how much that round meant to both of these teams, because Monte's money is in trouble. And fair play to Buster. Hasn't had his best game here, but that aggression, that willingness to take that risk is so important. Comes in from behind with the 2K. And now look at what Monte are left with. Pistols on most of their players. And maybe back to one of these set plays.
Perfecto having a look. And Hobbit, they're lining up for him. He's maiming them and doing even better than that. Great flick from Perfecto, leaving Sumdayung and Demka to try to plot the bomb. That's the goal for the time being.
Bomb has been planted.
Buster's got an incendiary. Got to be careful facing with these grenades, though. Demka still standing. This could still be one. A lot harder now, though. P250 versus 3. Making his way, Demka closing the distance, really trying to make this happen. He's got the Galil, and he's got himself a 1v1, but Buster will deny the stand-in, the cameo. Gets that last kill, and Cloud9 moves to 13. We had a brief moment of hope for Monte. Just one round where you heard Demka this entire series, and things have gone wrong again.
Yeah, if Hobbit had a rifle here, I think that's an easy 2K and maybe a little easier of a hold. But Perfecto still got that kill, made up for that first missed shot. just about surviving while standing in the flames and running back to safety. And that is good enough for Cloud9 to take a 13-11 lead. 3 rounds away from eliminating Monte and keeping themselves in the tournament, and Electronic's aggression pays off for it. These pistols for Monte, not looking good early in this one. Shiro's got the orb, and he doesn't miss often. These Deegs desperately hoping that they can land the shot of their life. Demka goes down, Shiro hits his shot, that's the bomb gone, and that's the round really realistically gone with it. Well, we've said that Monte are grinders. They've got to find their way back into this map right now. 14-11 down, no more room for error.
Winner of this series will be facing Fnatic or Gamer Legion. Three rounds behind now are Monte. They really need to dig deep. But do they have those depths at the moment, or will they come following loss, reflection, review?
The other issue is Cloud9's economy is pretty good now. You're not going to break them immediately. You're going to have to win multiple gun rounds in a row.
What's Shiro's KD, Hawker?
Oh, that's a great question. He's 27 for 9. For 8?
27 for 8.
I can't read.
27 for 8. Final boss Shiro is 27 for 8. Slowly working their way towards Lanxess. It'll definitely be a fan favorite team if they can make it that far. More work to be done though.
Look at this setup in Donut. Look at this play from Hobbit. Monte is so screwed. Hobbit in from above. Gets 2 and Buster also chimes in. Monte needs something special, but they're not finding it. That MP9 from Hobbit wreaking havoc in behind. And Cloud9 find 15 in a flash.
The desk wanted some big plays from Hobbit, and there's one of a few that we've seen in this series so far. Done everything they've needed to do, Cloud9. They've given themselves 4 chances to send Monte packing. A stressful loss it would be. That MP9 from these ranges, man. Outrageous.
It just looks like Cloud9 have the read again. They have the read on Monte's T side. And Monte now 1 round away from elimination. What can they do? Shiro denies early. He's on for the 30 bomb right now.
He's looking for it. Feels like he is. And he may just get it because he's got a lot of targets coming his way. Shiro falling back now, retracting. Buster getting dropped, and Shiro won't get it. Electronic stealing all these frags towards the end. Sam Dayang and Waro remain. Now it's just down to Waro. 1 versus 2. Electronic with 3 kills in the round. 1v2 for survival, halfway there, but where is Hobbit? That nuisance, that thorn in the side. That man who's been called upon to make these big plays could send Cloud9 forward. Waro's reset his angles. He has a minute to play with, but that bomb is on the A-bomb site. And Hobbit starts to wonder where he might come from. But as Waro resets it, he may lose track of Hobbit. It's going to be guesswork for both squads. Hobbit with the 180. Perfect.